Guys, look what I have behind me. This is the 2022 Toyota GR86, and I'm bringing this to you from the middle of the Catskills at Monticello Motor Club. So I probably said it wrong. Monticello is what I'm hearing a lot of people say. I cannot wait to show you guys this vehicle on the track, but this is the automatic premium model, and we're gonna have some fun in it. Let's hop in and enjoy it. Now we're gonna drive this back to the racetrack, and I cannot wait to give you a 0 to 60 on it. You know, with this new 2.4 liter, it's been bored out an extra 0.4 liters. Toyota's claiming around a 6.6 second 0 to 60 for this automatic trim. And in the manual, you're supposed to be able to get 6.1 0 to 60. So, you know, 0 to 60 is not what this car is about, but the fact that it's faster is a good thing. And there's a beautiful little road over here we're gonna test a 0 to 60 on. And this is just normal conditions, nothing crazy here. You know, I don't have a drag strip to do this on. And it's a very warm day. It's over 90 degrees here in Monticello, New York. First time I'm in New York. And you can see people have been doing burnouts on here. It looks like mainly motorcycles. But we're going to, I mean, we can torque brake since it's automatic. About 2,000 RPM. Make sure this is good to go, and go. Okay, we're getting there. There's 60. So I got 0 to 60 miles per hour in 7.53 seconds. And yes, I need to turn off traction control. That's going to be the next thing we're going to do. But look at this random cottage. I mean, this is just beautiful, picturesque. I mean, I feel like I'm in almost like I don't know, the Alps or something. This is a very beautiful country that I've never seen before, and what better way to test it in a sports car. And I actually found a great space to do a 0 to 60, and I put it into track mode. That takes the traction control off. Torque brake to about 2,500 RPM, and go. I was hoping it would spin the wheels more than that. And 7.42, which is faster, right? Because I just got 7.51 with traction control on. But 7.42 in the new essentially BRZ, the new GR86. Anywhere from 6.5 to 7.5 is where this is gonna fall for you guys. And this vehicle is about the twisties. How does it handle in the twisties? And what's the braking experience like? What's it like to daily drive? And we do have some twisties here. In fact, I have no idea where I'm at, and I'm okay with that. I'm a little bit lost, but what better way to be lost in the mountains with a sports car? So I'm just gonna throw myself around. It's so light, it turns in so easily. I don't feel like I'm fighting the steering wheel at all. Some people might want a little bit stiffer handling here, but yeah, I mean, it's just effortless. I just feel like it's just whipping itself around the turns here. And it's just a beautiful country, lots of elevation changes, which is perfect for a sports car. And yeah, I mean, I'm taking these turns faster than what the signs recommend. Signs recommend 35 miles an hour. I'm taking them at 55, 60. Don't do that at home, kids. But this vehicle is just, it's like a razor blade out on the street. So you can just throw it in, it's gonna carve the corners. And in this vehicle, similar to a lot of the other vehicles in its class, oh, beautiful deer. Don't run in front of me, deer. Run away. I don't want to hit any deer today. But similar to other vehicles in this class, like the Miata, it's about miles per miles. It's about, you know, pushing this car to its limits while you can. I just floor it, and it's so loud, but I don't feel like I'm going anywhere. Anywhere too fast. Like you're not going to get yourself too much into trouble unless like you're overconfident in your cornering abilities and you just drive this thing into the woods or something. But in terms of the power, you know, this with 220 horsepower, yes, it's more than it used to be, but it's still very manageable, and you're not going to you know, get yourself too much into trouble. But man, it's enough to have lots of fun, and that's the most important thing. You have so much fun throwing this thing into turns, and oh, there we go, yeah. I mean, I just found the best road for this vehicle. And yes, the automatic is, it wouldn't be my cup of tea, but I feel like, you know, it would be great for a lot of people out there who want a more stop-and-go traffic sort of vehicle, or they don't want to, you know, maybe they're a little bit older, they don't have to fiddle with the clutch pedal and whatnot. Ooh, wood chips in the middle of the road, okay. But yeah, this vehicle is amazing, and I'm probably just going to end it here for this automatic. I have to go back to the race course, which I have no idea where it's at. I'll eventually find it. Oh, that's a beautiful house, my gosh. We gotta go back to the race course so I can give you driving impressions with the manual transmission on the course. So I'll switch to that. So we're taking our final lap in the GR86, this being the base model. And we're going to just kind of summarize this vehicle and have a fun time around the track while we're doing it. The new GR86 is great. I forget how loud it's so, I feel like I'm yelling. I am yelling, but it is so loud in here. You know, I'm all over the track, which is okay. Because I'm talking to you guys. It's hard to do two things at once, if you know what I mean. But the vehicle is just so much better than the old one. It doesn't mean the old one is a bad car. The old one's still a great car. This thing is just glued to the surface. Now, this one being the base is a tiny bit more squirrely than the one, the Pirelli 18-inch wheels and tires. Those have the top line Pirelli tires on them. This definitely has a little bit more body roll to it. I think it's a little bit more fun actually than you know, the premium with the smaller tread wall, or the small. Does that make sense? It's hard for me to talk when I'm driving, but yeah, the tire wall, the smaller tire wall on the 18s, that gives it a much more planted feel, and those tires are just much more grippy. This one, you can feel, it feels like you can feel the road a little bit more because the tires just aren't absolutely glued to them. And the brakes, I mean, the brakes are just as good as they've ever been, maybe a little bit better, but gosh, there's still hardly any body roll there. And this vehicle is just so good. You know, the old one, like I said, it is a good vehicle, but man, if you do some trail braking in the old one, it gets a little squirrely. There's just so much more body roll in it, and this thing just feels planted. And the torque in and out of the curves is night and day. And yes, it does have more top end power to boot. So this is called the bus stop area. It's pretty fun, and yeah, it's whether you're in a new one or old one, it's a fun vehicle. And yes, Toyota has made this vehicle better in every single way possible. The only thing that it isn't is that the screen it feels like it's tacked on, where in the previous gen it's built nicely into the dash. A little kick the rear out just a little bit there, which I didn't have the luck of doing in the premium model with the 18-inch wheels and the stickier tires. It's harder to get that back end out. So it's a little bit easier to do in this one with the cheaper entry-level tires. But you know, get out of the way, I bird. Toyota said this vehicle is supposed to come in at under 30,000 for this, how this one is equipped essentially, which is good, is a great value for the amount of performance. Yeah, this one is actually more fun on the track than the one with the stickier tires. And there we go. So yeah, this is not a full review. This is just a first drive with the new 86. Yes, I've driven it back to back with the previous gen, and this has really surprised me. You know, the engine hasn't. We knew it was going to have more torque in it. We knew it was going to have more top end power. But the fact that you can drive this new model and not have the same sort of body roll or I don't know, it's a little unsettled at times with the old model just feels like it's on stilts compared to this car. This feels lower. Yes, they've lowered the center of gravity by like 1.5 millimeters, which is, you know, you would think it would be very negligible, but that has helped. And all the new materials in this vehicle, they've reinforced it, they've revised the suspension. And you know, the star of the show, I guess you could say, is the engine with all the torque down low. You don't need to shift it as much, and it feels just much more smooth. You know, the old one feel a little bit more grainy, a little bit just not as buttery smooth. And they've also improved the shifter. Like, I could keep going on with this vehicle. It is improved in every single way, and it is that embodiment that Toyota believes in, which is the Kaizen philosophy of the continual improvement. So Toyota, well done. It's a well-rounded vehicle. It's better than the old one in every single way besides the screen. But definitely stay tuned for the channel. I will give you guys updated pricing as I know it, because I don't know it at this point in time, other than the model that I'm in should be coming in under $30,000. And yeah, great vehicle. I'll catch you guys in the next one. If you enjoyed it, smash the like button, subscribe for more Toyota vehicles and videos like this. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out. Don't forget that parking brake. I did it in the last video and it rolled forward.